hold your horses before you go out and buy a pre-build, or you think you just can't build a gaming PC yourself right now, because for 500 bucks, we're gonna show you there is a way you can do it really easily.
And it involves using an HP Z4 G4 workstation, upgrading with a graphics card, and getting into gaming. And it's very easy to do. In today's video, we're not going to show you how to build your own. We're going to show you the best way to find these online through some different retailers and give you the best price for performance after a word from today's sponsor.
If you're gearing up for a new PC build, grabbing upgrades, or just love browsing great tech deals, then you want to check out today's video sponsor, Micro Center. If you're keeping an eye on savings this season, Micro Center's holiday savings are in full swing. The discounts are no joke. Everything from GPUs and CPUs to monitors, peripherals, and storage is marked down. One deal that really stood out to me was his RX 9070 XT for just $580. Micro Center is opening a brand new store in Austin, Texas, which is huge if you're anywhere nearby. To celebrate the launch, they're giving away a free 128 gig flash drive when the store opens. All you have to do is sign up to claim yours. Micro Center also has plenty more happening online and in store. Their top deals section is updated constantly with fresh discounts on PC components, gaming gear, and creator equipment, making it one of the easiest ways to catch upgrades at great prices. And for anyone who likes to stay up to date on hardware launches or wants inspiration for future builds, definitely take a look at Micro Center News. They've got tech breakdowns, build guides, and helpful explainers that make it easy to stay informed. So whether you're hunting for holiday deals, visiting the new Austin store, or just browsing for your next upgrade, head over to Micro Center today and see how much you can save. Big thanks again to Micro Center for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's get back to it.
So yeah, these HP workstations, and in just a second we'll tell you some other honorable mentions, are a great deal right now because they typically come with everything you need. Sometimes they even come with SSDs and the Windows install ready to go. So the only thing you have to do is install a graphics card. Now, of course, you can buy something like this here, the Z4. You can also get the Z2s. They also come in Dell flavors. You can get something like the Lenovo P520 or P320. There's all different types of workstations. If you just go on eBay and type in workstation, you'll find some pretty cool ones out there.
But in today's video, we're focusing mainly on the Z4 G4, and if 2026 is what we expect it to be, I imagine you're going to see a lot of these workstation GPU upgrade videos here in the future, as long as prices stay okay with them. But I will say, compared to just a year ago, these have already gone up in price, just like everything else in the market. But we still think, for this whole build being $500, when you factor in how expensive RAM is right now, this is a good deal for those looking to get into PC gaming, balling on a budget. But before we talk about the Z4 G4 we picked up, I'm going to show you guys how you could shop for one of these and some of our recommendations of things to look for and things to stay away from. Alright guys, for those looking to buy an HP Z4 G4, I'm going to show you guys some things to look out for and what you should avoid when you're hunting down for one of these systems. Now again, pricing does vary. We got a pretty solid deal on ours, around $260, but if you do some deal hunting, depending on the time you're watching this video, you may find some better deals or you may find some worse deals. But I just want to make sure you get the right CPU, and if you can figure out which power supply you have, that'll make it even better for price to performance. Now the best place to always look first is to go to eBay. So we're going to look up HP Z4 G4. We got about 400 results. Again, these workstations aren't as popular as like the Lenovo P520. They are a little bit harder to find, but you can find some at decent prices. For example, this one's very interesting. $349 for this one, but you get a 2123 Xeon, which this one is only a 4-core 8-threaded Xeon, which should be fine for most gamers, but I really do recommend getting at least the 2133, like we'll talk about here in just a second, which is a much better value for money CPU. But this one is interesting because it comes with the 2123, 16 gigs of RAM, and a 256 gig SSD, along with a 10 terabyte hard drive. I have no idea why, but if you need extra storage, this one might be a decent option to look at. That hard drive in itself is pretty pricey. Or we can scroll down here again and we find ones with the 2123, 16 gigs of RAM, and a 512 gig SSD for only $199. Now, $199, I'd be willing to sacrifice to the 4-core 8-thread to then play just maybe lesser titles. I would try to avoid AAA titles with this setup. You can, in theory, do it, but it's not going to be as nice as the 6-core 12-thread. So again, 2123 is a decent option as well. You could also get the ones in the 9th gen processor line. I would probably avoid those if you can. The W line normally gives you the best bang for buck because a lot of people don't know that they're basically the same as like the 7000 series Intel workstations, but they're just Xeon counterparts. So you definitely want to go with the W line because you get the best bang for buck if you can find them. And another place I do like to go is PC server parts. If you're struggling to find one, you can actually go to their website and get a custom Z4 G4 built on their website, which you can go through here and you can get the ones with like the 9800X or the 10th gen CPU. So this is a good option as well. Or if you're doing a very budget system and a system that doesn't require a lot of external power, you could go down the Z2 G4 route, and the processor line are pretty decent as well. You have some Xeons you can choose from as well for this one. And PC server parts, again, another retailer I would look at, but I would only go that route if you know exactly what you're looking for, because you can do a custom version like this. This would be very identical to what we've already got. So you go through and you could pick the 2133, you can pick, let's do 16 gigs of RAM. Let's just keep it kind of basic, 16 gigs. And with no drive, you're already looking at $281 for this system, which is a little bit more than what we paid for ours with some deal hunting on eBay. But this is a good route if you just don't want to stress about it. You go to PC Server Parts, you plug this all in, you order it, and you're getting one that you know is going to be refurbished well, and it's going to be ready to go out of the box. And you can even get an SSD installed as well if you want to get it ready to go. And you don't have to worry about a graphics card or anything. And these are all the Xeons you can choose from. There's a lot of different options, but I really just say, go with the 2133, that is your best bet, or the 2123 if you're trying to stay on a budget. These two are really good as well. Anything above it is point of diminishing returns. You're probably paying a lot more money unless you happen just to stumble upon one on your local listings and you find a really good deal. So PC Server Parts, eBay. Last tip I have to recommend is if you can figure out the power supply that comes with it. This one specifically from PC Server Parts comes with the 750 watt, which is similar to what we have in this video, which is fine, but you won't be able to go with a super high-end GPU because the 750 watt power supply comes with two 6-pin powers instead of two 8-pins for power, which we'll talk about here in a minute. But it's fine for copying what we're doing in our video. But if you happen to find one with a 1000 watt power supply, you'll get even more bang for buck that way. So keep an eye out for ones with 1000 watt power supplies, the 2133 Xeon, 16 gigs minimum of RAM, maybe some storage as a bonus, and keep that around 350 or less, and you're golden, and you have a really good option and basis for a 1440p gaming PC in 2026. Now let's talk about the Z4 G4 we picked up.
So our HP Z4 from eBay was about $263 and it came pretty loaded. So if we get the side panel off here, ours actually came with a 240 gig Samsung NVMe SSD. We're gonna be adding a 1 terabyte 2.5 inch as well. We got ours with the Xeon W2133, which is a 6-core 12 thread and 32 gigs of DDR4, and that's 4 sticks of 8 gigs apiece. So that's pretty awesome right now. And as you can see, this actually could run in quad channel, which is pretty sick. We're not gonna be buying all that extra RAM right now because that sounds horrible. Now our unit came with a 750 watt power supply, but you can also get it with 1000 watt. And one of the main telltale signs is if I pull this through right here, our 750 watt only has two 6-pins, which I say only, I mean, it's better than, you know, an old office PC that comes with none. But if you get the 1000 watts, it's gonna come with two 8-pins. So you can put like a 2080 Ti in there, or heck, something even better than that if it doesn't have a lot of bottleneck. We are gonna have to use a little adapter action. So Matt bought this right here. We've used these many times before. So in theory, we're only gonna be using one of these because our 2070 only needs one. Now, if you were to get like a 2080 Ti, yeah, you could buy two of these and adapt both of them, but you're getting a little bit risky. So we're looking at about 75 watts able to go through this and about 75 watts through the PCIe. So 150 watts, that should be enough for our 2070. Well, we'll see, we'll find out. Get freaky with it.
Now for the upgrades that we're gonna put in this workstation. First up, we have this Asus RTX 2070 Super we paid $180 for. Now this GPU is going to appear in a video where we test the best GPUs under $200. Stay subscribed for that one. But first, it's gonna be used in this workstation PC upgrade. Now, as Jackson mentioned, the power connectors on this are what we need to worry about. So first, we will use the adapter from the 6 to 8 pin for that, and then the other 6 pin we have will go direct in here. Should be plenty for a 2070 Super. Again, originally I wanted to go with the 2080 Ti from a video we did recently, but the power draw on that made me a little bit worried. If you find a 1000 watt power supply version, like I mentioned during the shopping section of this video, you could do a 2080 Ti. Those are really good price performance cards. They just pull a lot of power. So if you're wanting something that's more 1440p ready than this one, because again, it's gonna be limited in some titles, you would want to go that route and find the one with the 1000 watt power supply, you'll be good to go. Secondly, we're gonna be adding an extra SSD. Now, if yours doesn't come with an SSD, you're gonna have to buy an SSD. You can get an NVMe drive like we showed you that's already installed in ours, or you can get something like this SanDisk 1 terabyte 2.5 inch drive, slap it in, there's already SATA cables ready to go. So now we have the 240 gig SSD for Windows and 1 terabyte of storage for games. Because you know what, we're gonna need more storage for games than 240 gigabytes in 2025 going into 2026. Now, let's just show you guys how to install this thing. This is super simple. I'm gonna have Jackson pop in the graphics card real quick, then we'll throw in the SSD, and then we'll be ready to game. Again, your system may come with Windows installed. Ours did, which is pretty cool. Depending on where you buy from a refurbisher or a one-time seller, it does vary. But if it doesn't come with Windows installed, there's a lot of guides out there on how to install Windows, and it's very straightforward. Windows USB, plug it in, checklist, boom. We'll link down below some references for that. But let's go ahead and install our graphics card and show you guys how easy it is.
All right, so 2070 Super right here. I will say this one's never been opened. It still has the anti-tamper on it, so I'm willing to bet the temps are gonna be a little bit warm, but probably not like overheating. So that is something to think about before you install it. If you wanna do a thermal repasting, you can. And Jonah actually just did a video on that on Toasty DIY. So we just take this, we just take this, and we go like that. toolless, right? And it looks like there was already, did you already do some testing, or did there just happen
That was
to
me.
be,
I did some testing at a time. So there would be
slide. Yeah, there's some covers that would be on there.
kind of like this.
Yeah, so they just slide off like so.
They're reusable. Wow, these things are so fancy. Yeah, reusable PCIe covers, so we'll go ahead and get that one back in. I think it's back in. So we're gonna take this, and look how much room this thing has in it. We don't even need to remove anything or cut anything.
That's why I wish we had the 1000-watt power supply, because like a really high-end like 2080 Ti or that generation GPU fit nicely in here.
Yeah, as you guys can see, what I did is I just lined up with the slot there, made sure that this is in, which actually this needs to come up a little bit. So I'm gonna kind of nudge in a little bit. There we go. Now we're really in all the way. Give it one more little press. Easy. And oh yeah, this actually does need a 6-pin. I didn't even realize that. I was in my mind thinking it was just a single 8. And obviously, depending on which model you get of every graphics card, they're always going to use a little bit of different power. All right, so we got our adapter on. So 6 to 8. Let's make sure it's snapped all the way on there. And now we can plop this in. And one thing that's fun too is with MSI Afterburner, we can actually see the wattage that the GPU pulls, and we have a watt meter. So we can literally see what everything's doing. Into here, that's what I love about these towers too, is you actually have enough room to like kind of cable manage. There we go, kind of hidden. You can throw some zip ties on there, and you know, with like these extra SATA, you can hide these and whatnot. Well, actually Matt's gonna be using it anyways. And then you could zip tie some of this too. You could actually make this kind of a clean build. Throw an acrylic side panel on there, throw some RGB. You got a gaming PC.
Guys, we need to do a mod where we turn this into the most ultimate gaming PC. Let us know down below.
Oh yeah, don't forget too.
Yep.
I almost forgot this. We got to lock this in place. And that's a very nice feeling locking mechanism. Cool. GPU gut done.
Now adding an SSD, if you want to go the NVMe route, again, the NVMe slots are down below the graphics card. Jonah can show you where that OneDrive is. You could just slide in the NVMe like so and put it in. It'd be pretty straightforward. That way there should be a screw mount, very simple. But if you are going to go with a extra 2.5-inch drive, this right here is the 2.5-inch drive we chose. We're just going to use this SATA cable that was provided. So we have this SATA power and SATA cable included. Now, the best way to do this, obviously, would be to install it and screw it down to something or just tape it to something. But for the sake of this video, once I plug in the SATA data,
done.
watch this, watch this, watch this.
Jonah
just said throw it in there. I'm gonna put this tray back in there, but we're just gonna throw it in there the professional way. And if you guys are watching in 2026, again, it doesn't matter if it's your personal rig, it really doesn't matter. You can go ahead and put it in the right way. Like
another thing too is this is plastic. Like it would be really easy if you got like dad's drill or something, or if you're an adult watching this video.
Dad's drill.
Just grab a drill and a drill bit and just drill through the plastic real quick, or use a knife or something. Then you could just screw it in.
But that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
The other thing I will mention is I already took it off this side panel. There is like a metal piece that comes on these, this like bulging metal piece that I think is meant to support smaller GPUs. You want to slide that back towards you and lift it off because it will not go back on with your GPU in place because it lines up. I'll show Joe on this camera. It lines up exactly where that graphics card would be and it won't shut without it. So you want to remove that if you're having any trouble putting your side panel on because, sorry, I forgot to show that part. I went ahead and did it. But let's go ahead and lay this down like so. Push in, boom. And then we can power on our system.
Good looking. Definitely slightly better looking than the old Optiplexes.
Yeah, the Optiplexes, they don't look as great. This one has more of a workstation feel to it, and if you look up front real quick, here's some of the I/O. We got a lot of USB 3, we got a micro SD card reader, we got a DVD drive, ours does come with a DVD drive, and we have the power button. So look at all that. All the options we need for a $500 gaming PC that can do some 1440p gaming. We'll show you guys the limitations of that because it's not gonna play everything at 1440p. We'll need some upscaling help to get to that part, but let's do some gaming, show you guys the performance, and you guys at home can decide, is this worth it for $500 for you and going into 2026? Let's do it.
All right, we're in Arc Raiders, and we are currently running some Arc Raider settings, which means 1440p, we got unlimited FPS. We are using DLSS unbalanced. We're using the CNN model, and we're running dynamic low ray tracing at medium preset. So there still is some more settings we could tweak, but let's see how this does first.
Yeah, this is definitely a game that is pretty optimized, so 1440p is on the table. Depends what kind of FPS you're looking for though. If you're like a 1440p like 60 to like 80 FPS gamer, you can still do that with the 2070 Super, but if you're someone looking to get super high refresh rate, and again, you see you might still have some stutters loading in here, you might be better off sticking with 1080p for this configuration, but it is capable. You just shot this guy. That's crazy. What did he do to you? Is he saying something?
Said, what was that for, bro? It was a warning shot. Oh, toasty buns.
Oh, toasty buns.
I keep thinking we don't have a mic. I just wanted to see his reaction, you know? Give him a little warning shot to see if he's a friendly by shooting. Yeah, kind of on what Matt said, like this card, what the... How did I miss that hard? This card with its 8 gigs of VRAM, I mean, obviously there's some games where it doesn't need all 8. I mean, we're using 5 right now. But obviously there's a lot of games where it definitely could end up using all of it.
For sure. In theory, with 1440p, we'd stress the CPU a little bit less as well too. So you won't be as bottlenecked, but configuration-wise, this should be pretty balanced overall. CPU is about 85% usage at 3.8 gigahertz, and GPU is holding pretty steady right now, so.
Whoa, what was that?
I think it's pretty fitting. We're in the middle of Ramageddon, Ram Apocalypse, and the most popular game is a looting simulator. Ark, if you want to make RAM a high-value item in this game. Oh, instead of cloud gaming, you use Cloud RAM.
Oh, that's what's...
Oh!
This is problem.
You just almost died.
This is problem.
Oh!
Yeah.
He done did it.
You can't see me behind this.
While you're there, because I totally forgot, hit page up, please.
Oh yeah, we want to get some average.
Yeah, so you also averages
right,
1% lows, so you guys can see what potential stutters we're dealing with. Because right now, yeah, 1% lows, you can kind of see where we're getting a little bit of lag at 46 because we're below 60. So optimizing settings would be ideal for a smooth 60 FPS experience. The expectation floor has kind of lowered for PC building, especially with how things are expensive. So a little bit of stutter, a little bit of CPU bottleneck, you know, kind of deal with it when you get the RAM that you're getting.
All right, I think we're gonna make it. Yeah, the lows actually didn't go any lower than 46. I'm actually surprised. I thought there'd be like some really low ones, but pretty playable. And this is 1440p. You don't even have to play at 1440p, even if you have a 1440p monitor. The trains are coming. The trains are coming. And then I get put into the... Oh my God, there's a guy in here. Please don't. Please don't.
Don't even think he thought about it.
Dude, like, I didn't even hear him. That was a successful Arc run. 1440p. I'm just saying, this card, she can still do it.
Next game. All right, another game I wanted to throw into the mix is Fortnite, of course. And we're currently running 1080p for this one because I just want to see esports titles, higher FPS numbers, show you guys what this thing is capable of. 1920 by 1080 performance mode with far view distance and low textures. So we're going to drop into, oh, this is Tilted Towers. Oh, this is beautiful. This is just beautiful OG Fortnite right here, guys. And show you guys what FPS we're getting because we're doing a lot of 1440p gaming in this video, but the best thing that this can do, and you cannot forget it can do, is all those free-to-play esports titles, you'll have no problems getting 144 FPS. Nice little high refresh rate gaming experience on a nice 1080p budget monitor. So this is looking pretty solid. We'll land. We are at Tilted. I may die absolutely instantly, but we'll give you guys some benchmark numbers to consider. I'm getting shot out from the sky. Wow, classic. 180 FPS. Let me go ahead and do a little page up here. Let's give you guys an actual benchmark recording with the 1% lows and everything, so you guys could see any stutters or anything we're dealing with, but... Oh! Oh! No! Only 57 HP! Oh God! I gotta re-queue. Averages right now about 167, 1% low of 68. We'll go ahead and stop that benchmark and we'll do a play again real quick. Those 1% lows are definitely gonna be a bit lower due to the fact of the drop-in stutter. Got one. Oh, hello. Sorry, buddy. I'm acting like I'm in no builds, but I am definitely in builds. But yeah, quick little Fortnite run. Got a couple kills, looking pretty good. Averages of 162, 1% lows are a little bit lower, and they are going up because of the drop, but this is playable FPS numbers in my opinion for the price point. Let's move on to the next game. All right, guys, we're in Battlefield 6, and we're currently running the following settings. So let's go to graphics here. So currently running a medium preset, 1440p, with DLSS set to performance. We're trying to maximize our FPS here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna go to max FOV. Whoa, look at all these people. And I'm getting about 80 FPS. Let's go ahead and start recording here. Try to see what our 1% lows are, because obviously in this game, we're gonna wanna have nice and solid 1% lows, no major stutters or anything. But 14,
What are we all shooting at?
What are you doing? Come back! Stop dying! Oh, you're shooting at that! Anywho, 1440p, once again, a really new game that we're kind of stretching here to get to play at 1440p. 1080p would be your 100 plus FPS territory for running lower details, so I would recommend that if you're trying to go crazy high refresh rate. But hey, it's running, not too bad. Honestly, the limiting factor is probably gonna be, oops, well, defib. Honestly, the limiting factor is probably going to be more your CPU in this game than it is your GPU, but both of these are pretty close to 100% load. Yeah, 83 is what we're looking at. Oh, it's climbing though. Now they're on 100% load. It definitely is getting a little bit higher. This is one where I would say definitely a candidate for a repasting, especially it being a blower style card and it never being opened before. That pace is probably a little bit crusty nowadays.
Definitely knock off a few degrees.
There's so many of them. Mow them down, mow them down. And the best part is the games we're testing are popular, quote unquote, AAA titles. This is not even testing the easier to run games. So if you can run these games at decent FPS 1440p, playing Fortnite, and we'll benchmark CS and stuff, those games will have no problems at 1440p. So that's pretty dang good given this RAM market. Someone take out that tank! Oh!
Oh God.
No, man down, man down. Everyone, here's some meds. Yeah, eat bullets. No, no, no! Getting the model with that 1000 watt power supply would be really nice, because then you can do 2080 Ti, have a little bit more 1440p horsepower. But there's a lot of different stuff you could do with this. And maybe you're a gambler. Maybe you're someone who doesn't want to listen to our advice. You just want to run adapters on a 2080 Ti. That's a bad idea.
Don't be scared.
Don't be a scared boy. Just invest in a fire extinguisher here by your PC. I'm gonna res.
It's the extra money you would spend on the 1000
Yeah,
watt.
see, exactly. Oh, back up.
Oh my God, he's coming.
All right, I'm here to save the day. One. Come here.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I got 40 damage on him. Oh, I'm dead. All right, guys, we're going to run some other benchmarks. Some more built-ins at 1440p. Our 30 more times score to get a 7 per point average. But hey, this thing is not too bad at 1440p. Very good at 1080p. Let's run other benchmarks.
So after running some games at 1440p and of course 1080p because the 2070 is showing a little bit of age, this thing did amazing for the price. I mean, let's be real, building a PC for $500 right now with SSD and RAM pricing is almost impossible. So the fact that you're getting a 2070 with a pretty good 6-core 12-threaded CPU is really awesome.
And this is to serve as a guide for throughout 2026. Hopefully you could find these Z4 G4s, and as we test other workstations going into the year, you can see some other options as well that can kind of help us in Ramageddon, where it's really hard to get RAM at good prices. Maybe these workstations will stay close enough to their normal pricing to where it's a good option. But we did test some more games to thoroughly finish the benchmarking run of this PC, and let's tell you those games we tested. First up, CS2 1440p low. We got an average of 206.8 FPS with a 1% low of 102.7. GTA 5 Enhanced 1440p high settings, got 60 plus FPS. Marvel Rivals 1440p on low settings with DLSS set to performance, got an 86 FPS average with a 1% low of 64. And Rainbow Six X at 1440p medium settings, got an average of 160 with a minimum of 135 and a max of 177.
And for 30 mark time spy, we got a score of 9,210, which is a 5 cents per point score. So that's looking pretty good even in 2026. So yeah, there's a ton of different configurations you can do, and make sure you check the links down below. They will be affiliate links and they will help us out. And let us know down below if there's any other workstations you guys would like us to check out, because building our own just ain't it right now. But as always, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you check out our other 2 YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/toastybros. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Jonah, that was a cool move, just like PCBros.tech, where we got cool moves and cool PCs.
And we got a benchmarker who's crashing out right over there. You're all right, buddy?
It's going well.
It's going well, but he's benchmarking one of our, is that a sleeper build over there? Sleeper build that you can buy at PC Bros. Maybe you can't get this one because it's already sold. You could buy one of our sleeper PCs ready to go. You just go to Toasty Bros on checkout. You will save 30% on your next purchase. See you guys later. Goodbye.